Hello friends, myself Professor Joshi VM from Ursus Technical Campus, Charles Ahmednagar. Today's lecture we have to discuss about a determination of XD and XQ. So first of all, we have to understood what is meant by XD and what is meant by XQ. So the XD means the direct axis synchronous reactance. Okay, is the direct axis. Direct axis has a magnetic effect aligned with the field pole axis. The field pole axis is called as the direct axis. The direct axis synchronous reactance is taken as the reactance given to the armature flux when the peak of armature EMF is along with the direct axis. The air gap length is minimum, thus having the minimum reactance in case of the XD. Therefore, the armature flux equals to MMF upon reluctance is maximum. Here, the flux linkage per ampere in the armature winding is called as a direct axis synchronous inductance LD. When the peak of armature MMF coincides with the direct axis D axis, then the D axis synchronous inductance LD is given as LD equals to armature flux into NPH upon armature flux current. So here what is meant by NPH, where the NPH is the number of turns per phase of the armature winding. Therefore, D axis synchronous reactance is XD equals to omega LD equals to 2 pi FL D to the field pole axis. The magnetizing reactance of a cylindrical machine with a uniform air gap and with three-phase winding is Xm equals to K square omega raised to 7.54 Ft square Ph and 2 P square Lg Kg. When the peak of armature MMF align with the quadrature axis, the reactance given to the armature MMF is called as quadrature axis reactance. Okay, the reactance is given by the two large air gap maximum. At this case, for given armature current, the armature MMF is constant and the armature flux equals to MMF upon reactance is minimum. In case of LD, we know that the armature flux into NPH upon armature flux current, but in case of the XQ, the armature flux equals to MF upon reactance, and it is a minimum in the quantity. The flux linkage per armature is called as the quadrature axis, or it is denoted by XQ, or the Q axis synchronous inductance LQ. It is given as LQ equals to armature flux into NPH upon armature flux current. Here also the value of NPH is the number of turns per phase of the armature winding. Therefore, the formula for the XQ is omega LQ equal to 2 pi FLQ. Okay, in case of the silent pole synchronous machine, the air gap is non-uniform due to the XD is greater than XQ. While in case of the cylindrical pole synchronous machine, due to the uniform air gap, both the direct and quadrature axis synchronous reactance are equal to XD equals to XQ. Due to the existence of rotor slot along Q axis, and XQ is slightly less than the XD for cylindrical pole synchronous machine. These are the XD and XQ. Per unit magnetizing reactance, Xm equals to IPH Xm upon EPH. To obtain the armature reactance in the direct and quadrature axis for salient pole machine, the expression must be multiplied by both flux distribution coefficients. Per pole direct axis, armature reactance equals to XD equals to AD1 XM, where AD1 equals to flux distribution coefficient. For direct axis, AD1 equals to rho D into A1. Okay, now we have to understand the determination process of XD and XQ. For the determination process of XD and XQ, we have to take some precautions for that. The precautions are, while carrying out slip test, we have to take following precautions. Slip test be kept extremely low as high slip more than about 5% causes. That means the slip should be kept extremely low as high slip more than about 5% causes. Approximately error is reading of current induced in the damper winding of the alternator. Generated voltage in open circuit field can reach dangerous value. Okay, and the last one precaution for that is the induced voltage in the open circuit should be less than the rating of the voltmeter connected in the circuit. These are the precautions for the first year. The first precaution is while carrying out the slip test, we have to take following precautions. The first precaution is slip should be kept extremely low as high slip more than that about 5%. Okay, next is appreciable error in reading as a current induced in the damper winding of the alternator. And the third is generated voltage in open circuit field can reach dangerous value. Then the generated voltage in the open circuit field can reach dangerous value, and the induced voltage in the open circuit should be less than the rating of the voltmeter connected in the circuit. Okay, these are the precautions while carrying out the determination of XD and XQ using the slip test. For that, we have to explain XD and XQ, determination of XD and XQ. The three-phase current taken by an alternator from a three-phase supply generates a rotating flux. Thus, the armature MMF wave is rotating at a synchronous speed. Here, the armature is stationary, but the flux and MMF wave generated by three-phase armature current is rotating like a rotating magnetic field and existing in an induction motor. The rotor is made to rotate a speed title less than the synchronous speed, and armature MMF having the synchronous speed moves slowly past the field poles at a slip ns minus n. Hence, the n is the actual speed of the rotor, which causes an EMF to the induced in the field current. When the stator MMF is in line with the d-axis of the field pole, then the flux d phi d per pole is set up, and the effective reactance offered by the armature is XD. Here XD is shown. When the stator MMF in the line with the q axis of the field pole, then XQ per pole in the is the setup, and the effective reactance offered by the alternator is XD. At the air gap is non-uniform, the reactance given also varies, and the current drawn, the armature also varies cylindrically at twice the slip frequency. The armature current is minimized at a machine reactance XD, and it is maximum at a machine reactance XQ. Hence, the reactance given is varying due to the non-uniform air gap, causing the variation in the voltage drop cylindrically. Hence, the impedance of the alternator is also cylindrical. So here I show you XD, XQ in the above phasor diagram. The phasor diagram based upon the reactance theory for the generator ID given in following figure. For the reaction theory, we have to know that when the rotor field is aligned with the armature MMF, the flux linkage is maximum, but the rate of change of the flux is zero. Hence, the voltage induced in the field goes to zero at this instant where the armature offers the reactance XD. So, these are the parameters while the determine the XC and XQ. V is the terminal voltage, I is the armature current per phase, cos phi is the power factor. In this case, the cos phi is lagging. EG is the generated voltage per phase. E0 is the no load voltage per phase. Delta is the power angle. psi is phi plus delta. For lagging power factor, ID is the direct axis current, T equals to I sin phi, and IQ is the quadrature axis current, I cos psi. These are the parameters. I explain you some parameters in brief. Here the along with in case of along with D axis, air gap is minimum. Therefore, the reactance S is the minimum. Due to this, flux linkages are maximum and phi. Therefore, the EMF in stator is maximum equals to E max as E angle phi, and the phi is maximum. Therefore, L is maximum and the value of L is N phi upon I. As the L is maximum, the inductive reactance XL is maximum. Hence, XD is maximum and therefore Z is the maximum and opposite to the current flowing maximum. Okay. For the value of the XD, for that is XD equals to minimum EMF stator winding upon minimum current per phase armature. That means XD equals to E max upon I minimum. Along Q axis, for the second case, along Q axis, air gap is maximum, therefore the reactance S is maximum due to the flux linkage are minimum N into phi. Therefore, EMF in stator is minimum equals to E max as E alpha phi, and the phi is minimum. Therefore, the value of L is also same, that is N phi upon I. As the L is minimum, the inductive reactance XL is minimum, hence XQ is minimum and therefore Z is minimum and opposite to current flowing minimum. Therefore, the current is I max. Therefore, the value of IXQ is equals to minimum armature EMF or voltage per phase upon minimum armature current per phase. That is XQ is equal to E minimum upon I max. So for that we have to do the experimental setup, and after that we can draw this phasor diagram. For that, the experimental setup, in case of the slip test, a three-phase supply is given to the armature. The field winding of alternator is kept open. Voltage applied must be less than the rated voltage. After that, the alternator is driven by a prime mover and run at a speed close to the synchronous speed, but the little less than the synchronous speed. Okay, record the maximum and minimum values of the current and voltage by armature and voltmeter connected in the stator circuit of the armature. We have to draw an observation table for that. In first row, we have to take a reading of Vmax, in second Imax, after that V minimum and I minimum. These four reading we have to taken for that. Here the alternator winding is star connected. Using the observation table, using XD and XQ are determined as XD equals to Vmax upon root 3 upon I minimum. For IQ, V minimum upon root 3 upon I max. By using this formulas, we can find out the XD and XQ. The waveform to obtain the voltmeter voltage is rotor terminal voltage and current. We have to observe on the CRO. By using that, we can draw this phasor diagram. For the phasor diagram, E is excitation voltage. After that, V is terminal voltage. I is armature current. Theta is angle between the V and IA. Psi is angle between the E and IA. After that, del is the angle between E and V, and RA is the armature per phase resistance. Here the terminal voltage V is taken as a reference, and we are drawing phasor diagram for three-phase cases as given: generating operating at logging power factor, generating operation at a unity power factor, generating operation at a leading power factor. This diagram shows the generating operation at a lagging power factor. Here to get expression for E, first take the component of the V in direction of IA. Okay, this is a phasor diagram for that. In this phasor diagram, Xc is the synchronous reactance, Xd the reduction factor for the direct axis armature, FMF for the cylindrical rotor machine. Therefore, rho d equals to pi square upon psi upon 8 sin psi pi upon 2. This is the procedure to determine the Xd and Xq. Okay, in next lecture we have to discuss about a phasor diagram of silent mode generator and the calculation of voltage regulation. Okay, thank you.